Hey there, have you ever found yourself asking that question, why do I get attached so easily? Maybe it happens with friendships, maybe it's romantic relationships, maybe it's people you've only known for a short time but somehow end up thinking about far more than you expected. And every time it happens, you tell yourself you'll be different next time. You'll be more careful, more detached, less emotionally invested. But somehow, it still catches you by surprise. You find yourself caring, hoping, looking forward to hearing from someone, thinking about conversations long after they've ended, feeling connected before you've had enough time to understand what the connection actually is. And when things don't work out, or when the other person doesn't seem as invested as you are, you end up asking yourself the same question again. Why am I like this? Why do I get attached so quickly? I think a lot of people ask that question from a place of self-judgment, as though attachment itself is the problem, as though caring deeply is something they need to fix. But I don't think that's always fair, because getting attached often begins with something very human: connection. The truth is, most people want to feel seen. They want to feel understood. They want to feel valued by the people they care about. And when you experience even a glimpse of that, it's natural for it to matter to you. It's natural to feel drawn toward people who make you feel comfortable, accepted, appreciated, or emotionally safe. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means you're human. But I think the reason attachment can become painful is that sometimes we're not only connecting to who a person is, we're also connecting to what they represent. The possibility of being understood, the possibility of belonging, the possibility of not feeling alone. The possibility of finally having the kind of connection we've been longing for. And when those hopes become attached to someone, the emotional investment can grow very quickly. Not because you've known them for years, but because they have become connected to something meaningful inside you. And that's an important distinction, because sometimes what hurts isn't only losing a person, it's losing the future you quietly imagined around them, the conversations you hoped to have, the memories you thought you might create, the closeness you believed might continue growing. And when that disappears, the loss can feel bigger than the amount of time involved, which often leaves people feeling embarrassed. They tell themselves that they shouldn't care this much, they shouldn't be affected this much. But emotions don't always measure relationships by length, they measure them by meaning. And meaning can develop surprisingly quickly. At the same time, I think there's another side to this conversation. Sometimes getting attached easily can happen because you've learned to place a lot of your emotional well-being in the hands of connection. When someone's attention feels reassuring, you feel secure. When they're distant, you feel unsettled. When things are going well, you feel grounded. When things change, your sense of stability changes with them. And that's a heavy responsibility for any relationship to carry. Not because connection is bad, but because no single person can be responsible for holding together your entire sense of worth, security, or belonging. That's something that has to exist within you too. And learning that takes time. It takes learning that someone else's attention does not determine your value, that a person's inconsistency does not automatically mean you're unworthy of care, that a connection ending does not erase the qualities that made you deserving of connection in the first place. So if you've been asking yourself why you get attached so easily, maybe the goal isn't to become cold, maybe it isn't to stop caring. Maybe it isn't to build walls so high that nobody can reach you. Maybe the goal is something gentler, to care deeply without losing yourself, to appreciate connection without making it responsible for your entire sense of self, to let people matter to you without forgetting that you matter too. Because the ability to form meaningful connections is not a weakness. The challenge is learning how to stay connected to yourself while you're doing it. And that's a skill that can be learned slowly, patiently, one relationship at a time.